Annie Mumolo was born in Orange, California on July 10, 1973 at St. Joseph's Hospital to loving parents Tony, a dentist, and Alice, a homemaker. Annie attended Alderwood and Lakeside schools in Irvine. The city was blossoming at a time when community development focused on building housing around schools. Annie, along with her brother Dominic and little sister Laura, would recreate scenes from her favorite comedies. Annie jumped at the chance to perform in public. Her first on-stage comedy performance was in the 7th grade, and after Annie heard the laughs, she was hooked. It was clear that at a young age, Annie had a knack for the arts. After high school, Annie attended college at Cal Berkeley and graduated with a degree in medieval history. After graduation, she returned to Irvine and began studying for the LSATs. A few days into her studies, she emerged from her bedroom and boldly announced she wanted to be an actor. Annie trained at the world-renowned South Coast Repertory Theater and ultimately moved to Hollywood. While working as a waitress, she used her income to create short films that featured her unique characters and brand of comedy. While at the Groundlings Theater, she forged deep friendships with other performers, and it's here she met her husband Tim, also a member of the Sunday Company.
She always made me laugh, and I couldn't stop looking at her. It was borderline stalking, if we're honest. If we're going to be honest, it's stalking. But it ended up okay. We got married and we have 2 kids, so then it's stalking with a purpose.
I actually met Annie when she was waiting tables at Chianti Cucina, and she can remember this, you know, like wearing the white shirt, apron, bow tie thing. And she's like, yeah, I'm taking classes at the Groundlings, yeah. So what do you want for your appetizer?
We met her around the same time.
Right. I mean, well, yeah.
I had her. I knew
Wait,
her.
you had her? That's inappropriate at best.
Well, surprise.
She was wearing a little gray windbreaker and was very kind of soft-spoken, sitting to the side. And then when she got on stage, it was like, bam, an explosion of the most amazing characters and personalities I have ever seen. And I was immediately like, oh my God, I hope I can be friends with that person.
She's the first person that I ever performed with that actually did characters that I'm like, oh, that's what they mean. Like, she's an entirely different person every time.
I first met Annie Mumolo in a voiceover class, and I knew right then, A, she was super talented, and B, that I wanted to be friends with her for the rest of my life.
Annie's characters were often drawn from the people in her life and based on her personal experiences growing up in Irvine. It was also during this time that she found her characters could thrive in another world, the world of cartoons. Beginning in 2004, her voiceovers were heard in shows such as Maya and Miguel, Ape Escape, and most notably on PBS's Curious George. Annie had no way of knowing that a simple phone call in 2006 from a close friend and fellow groundling would change her life.
Kristen went off to Saturday Night Live, and we started thinking about this idea, and we started writing it on our own. And then she went to do a part in Knocked Up, and she said the director, you know, he asked me if I wanted to write a movie. So I went and sat, and he was editing Knocked Up, and I was like, oh, I guess this guy's, you know, pretty legit. Kristen and I were talking that night, and we were like, well, we thought of maybe a different idea. So we called him and said, you know, the idea that we told you, we thought of something else. And he was like, oh, no, I already sold the other one to Universal. So that's the one we're gonna do.
Bridesmaids was released in 2011 and became a worldwide box office hit. Annie and Kristen received multiple accolades, culminating with an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Screenplay.
It's quick and we get there on the ground safely. Not a good flyer, I'm sorry.
I had a dream last night that we went down. Yep, it was terrible. You were in it. What? Oh God, sounds like something's happening.
Many industry insiders believed the movie would flop. Female-driven R-rated comedies had never performed well at the box office.
It was difficult, you know, especially for her. I mean, she had a lot of challenges, especially as someone who no one knew, and a lot was put on her to deliver. And not many people in any field, when it's their first opportunity, when they're, you know, put up there, can deliver on the first go. Not even Tim Wallach. He'll tell you he delivered, but Tim Wallach doesn't deliver like that. He doesn't. I'm a Dodger fan. I'll tell you about it.
Annie's pioneering efforts succeeded in opening a new door for women while creating a new comedic subgenre. Throughout this process, Annie and Kristen were still able to keep their feet grounded.
Right during award season for the Oscars and the BFAs and all that amazing stuff, she dropped off a little present for me, which was this special little brush to clean bottles and dishes. And she's like, okay, this is the most amazing brush, and it has this plastic thing, and it scrapes off anything. And I'm like, Annie, how are the Oscars? Like, what are you talking about?
I feel that the arts are so important, and to have these programs get put away, it just makes me sad. Creativity is a way for people to be individuals and express their individuality, and I think that people who are really in tune with their individuality can make great changes in the world.
Are we rolling? I didn't hear action.
I want to congratulate the great Annie Mumolo on this Spirit of Excellence Award. No one I have met is funnier than Annie Mumolo. Bridesmaids is just scratching the surface of the iceberg that is what she's going to offer us in the coming decades.
Who's running this thing? I need to hear action, I need to hear the slats, I need to hear action. What's my framing?
I couldn't be more honored to be included in this group of people who are telling you how great you are. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, congratulations on this award. It's well deserved. And I love you. All right, pan out.
Congratulations, Annie. You deserve it. An award. Who would want an award? Everyone wants an award. I'd love an award. I heard you beat out Will Ferrell for this. Congratulations. He doesn't deserve it. You do. Now, I'm not saying that if Will Ferrell's listening to this, that you deserve it, buddy. I wouldn't say that otherwise. But Annie, congratulations.
I'm so extremely proud to be friends with Annie and see the success that she has worked so hard for so many years to achieve. And all I can say is she 100% deserves every accolade and every award and every piece of compliment she can get.
I'm so sorry. I don't know who Annie is. Who?
But she's so down to earth, and she's so funny, and so deserving of this award, and a very special, lovely person. So congratulations, Anne.
I would also like to say that she is one of the stars of my next film, This Is 40, which comes out December 21st.
I have turned your body into a boner machine.
Everyone gives you a boner.
Don't sell yourself short. Barb doesn't give me a boner.
So I'm mainly here to plug the movie.
Hey, Annie Mumolino. Congratulations. I think you are fantastic. Ever since I found out that you wrote Bridesmaids, I have just been a huge fan of yours, and so congratulations.
It's Annie Mumolo.
Yeah.
And you just said earlier that you had no idea who she was.
I know who you are, Annie.
Congratulations, Annie.
Congratulations. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm super proud to be your friend.
Me too.
Annie's obsessed with Jane Austen and with period English countryside movies and books, and it's her dream one day to travel and perhaps travel back in time and live in a time like that. And although this may not quite get you closer to that, Annie, it's still an award that Emma Thompson does not have. She cannot claim to be from Orange County and winning this award. So you've got one up on her.
All of your success is well deserved, and I'm so proud of you. And I'm glad you're my wife, because then if you weren't, I'd be cheating on the other wife that's not you to find you, so that I could be with you. And then if you were married, just suffice it to say, I'm glad you're my wife, and I don't have to do all the crazy clandestine actions to get you to like me.
Please welcome your 2012 honoree for excellence in arts, Annie Mumolo.
You home tonight.